Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another really fun video for you. We're going to be touching on 10 things that you need to know about moving to Fort Lauderdale in 2022, so don't go anywhere and let's jump right into it. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Living in Fort Lauderdale. My name is Robert. I am a local real estate agent right down here in South Florida, and if this is your first time here to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about the South Florida and Fort Lauderdale real estate market, then please consider subscribing and don't forget to tap the notifications down below to be notified anytime that I go ahead and post a new video. I put out weekly videos and content about what it's like to live and to play here in South Florida, but more than that, guys, I am a local real estate agent, and what I love more than anything is to help people just like you with your real estate needs. Now, we're getting calls all the time from people all over the country that are looking to relocate to this area. So if that is you and you have any questions about anything having to do with the South Florida real estate market or need any help whatsoever, my information will be popping up throughout the entire video. So all you got to do is reach out, get in touch with me, however you like to communicate, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can to see what I can do to help you. And without further ado, let's dive right into this video about the 10 things you need to know about moving to Fort Lauderdale in 2022. Now, the first thing you definitely need to know about Fort Lauderdale and anywhere really here in South Florida for 2022 is that the economy is booming. Now, there's a cliche that many people have heard before, is that many people from New York retire and move down to South Florida, but now that is being updated to include Wall Street. Now, there's a bunch of top Wall Street firms and hedge funds that are closing up shop and moving down and relocating here to the South Florida area. Now, many major firms like Goldman Sachs, D1 Capital Partners, Tiger Global Management, Blackstone, and many other firms have not only opened satellite offices here in South Florida, many of them have closed up shop and relocated here and opened up in South Florida permanently. Now, they've already got a name for it, and they're calling it Wall Street South. Now, this trend started back in 2018, and there are over 70 major financial firms from Wall Street that have closed up shop and relocated down here to South Florida to take advantage of the state of Florida's friendly business environment. Now, these include lower corporate capital gains and estate taxes. Now, in turn, what this is doing is showing a lot of other companies that they don't physically have to be on Wall Street to operate. So really what this means for 2022 and beyond is that more and more firms are going to be relocating down here to South Florida and Wall Street South permanently. Now, moving on to number 2 and staying on the theme of finances, we're talking about taxes, and specifically no state income taxes here in the state of Florida. Now, this obviously is really important and is a huge plus and a big pro for anybody that's moving to the state of Florida from a state where they were paying personal state income taxes. Now, let's look at that from the point of view from any of the employees that are working for any of these firms that we spoke about earlier that are relocating down here to South Florida. Now, just a quick note, it's not only financial firms and hedge funds that are moving down here to South Florida. There's Miami has become a major hub for the technology sector as well as the cryptocurrency sector as well. So there's a lot of people also and a lot of companies relocating to this area in those fields as well. Now, as a result of the amazing success of some of the homegrown crypto and tech firms from the state of Florida, more and more companies and entrepreneurs in the crypto and tech sector are actually moving down here, investing in the state, and actually buying homes right here in South Florida as well, bringing much more cash to the area. Now, as far as any of these employees that work with any of these financial firms or tech companies that are relocating to the South Florida area, they're already well paid, so they're looking at this as really a lateral move with an 11% pay increase. And obviously the reason for that is that they're not going to have to pay any state income tax at the end of the year when it comes time to do their taxes. Now, one thing about going through COVID, a lot of these firms and corporations have realized that they don't really have to have a physical location in New York or wherever they're coming from, any of these high tax states. So they do know that they can come down here and start a business and have all the benefits of working and owning and running a business down here in Florida, where it's much more of a friendly business climate, a lot less regulations. So it's really turning into a win-win for the corporations themselves and their employees. So everybody's happy. Now let's move on to number 3, and that is the real estate market. So we're getting questions all the time from people that are reaching out through this channel about what we think is going to happen with the real estate market here in 2022. Is it going to crash? Is it going to slow down? And some people are a little concerned that they're buying, at the top of the market or overpaying for a house. Now, a lot of analysts, and myself included, don't think that the state of Florida really kind of follows suit with other parts of the country when it comes to the real estate market, and if there's going to be a slowdown. And mainly it's because of what we spoke about in the beginning, and that is just the influx of not only people and cash coming into the state, but all these other businesses that are coming here and opening up shop, and not only bringing in employees and stimulating the economy, but bringing a lot more jobs to some of the locals here in the area. Now, what really adds on to that influx of people and businesses and money coming in is that we just do not have the inventory, the housing inventory. So it's really a supply demand type of thing. There is a huge demand for homes and for any type of real estate, residential real estate. And there's, the supply is not there. There's just not enough inventory, and I don't see any reason why the market's going to be going down anytime soon because of that. Now, add that to the fact that a lot of people are able to work from home, and it's become a new thing, or kind of a new norm that we learned from COVID. And Florida just seems to be a state where there's going to be this huge influx of people moving into, as opposed to a lot of these high tax states, New York, California, and the like, where people are moving out of them in droves. So I don't see anything really changing as far as the real estate market here in the state of Florida. Now, the fourth thing we need to talk about are the interest rates. So the interest rates are forecasted to go up at least a few times in the year 2022. So it is forecasted that by the end of the year, interest rates will be in the high 3s or possibly the low 4s. Now, inflation is the biggest driving factor to how high interest rates can go. So as inflation goes higher, you can bet interest rates will go higher as well. Now, some people like the president are saying that the high inflation right now is transitory or temporary, and they're hoping that interest rates are going to be going back down to the 2% range like they were last year. But you have to remember one thing, home prices are still expected to rise in 2022. Now, they might not go up 20% like they did in 2021, but they're forecasted to be anywhere between 11% and 20%, so they will rise in 2022. So if you think about it, your borrowing costs are going up and home prices are still expected to go up in 2022. So if you're looking to move, you might want to think of locking in your interest rate right now, because interest rates and home prices are both forecasted to go up in 2022. So let's move on to number 5 and talk about home appreciation. So experts are forecasting that the appreciation for homes here in South Florida will be going up anywhere between 10 to 20% in 2022. Now this is down from 20% that was in 2021, but if you think about it, that's still an incredible number for appreciation. Now, all I could say is that we are just closing out January of 2022, and from the beginning of the year, the phone has been ringing pretty much nonstop with people that are looking to move to South Florida, all coming from states like the Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, upstate New York. We have people calling from California, Seattle, Chicago. So I don't really see anything changing. Definitely right now, as far as people moving in to the state of Florida, specifically South Florida. Now with this huge demand and limited supply that we have right now, I don't see a drastic change happening in the market for the year 2022. Now, one thing I want to touch on really quick is renting versus buying. You know, I understand where people are coming from when they see the market and they're like, you know, prices are just going up and up and up, and they want to wait it out. But I got to tell you, I'm still in touch with people that I've spoke to. I'm talking 2018, that were kind of on the fence about purchasing because they did not want to buy at the top of the market. Okay, so we're talking 2019, 2020, 2021. 2021, we had appreciation of right around 20%. 2020 was about 16%. I don't remember what it was for 2018, but if you think of the appreciation that a home, say a $500,000 home, what it went up in appreciation just in those 3 years, I mean, you're talking, what is that? It's like almost $200,000, probably more for the 3 years. So, I mean, for the person who's been renting for that long and waiting, you know, you really have to think about that, because again, the forecast is not looking like anything's going to change. And if you think about what you're spending per month on a rental and what that comes out to at the end of the year, that's money that is gone. You know, if that person, just say they bought in an area that they weren't really happy with and sold after 1 or 2 or 3 years, you're still making a bunch of money, and as a business decision, it would be much better. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I still have people talking to me about this all the time, and still know people that have been waiting since 2018 to pull the trigger. So definitely something you want to think about as far as paying rent or purchasing. So moving on to number 6, when moving to this area, South Florida, and trying to find an area, you definitely want to keep an open mind and really try not to overthink it. So we get calls all the time from people that are moving here and relocating and don't know the area really at all. So they're doing a lot of research online, you know, pulling up stats as far as crime rates and schools and things like that. And a lot of times that information, while very valuable, can be quite misleading. So one thing you have to remember is that the greater Fort Lauderdale area, or Broward County, is only 1,300 square miles. So there's really a lot of similarities between one city and the neighboring city. So you're not really going to notice a huge difference from the people that are in one city, say Coral Springs, or the people that live in Coconut Creek or Cooper City or Plantation. So there's really great options in every single city in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, and it really is going to come down to what I always talk about as lifestyle. I mean, what do you want to be close to? What do you want your commute to look like? Where are you going to be working and things like that? I mean, do you want to be close to the beach? Do you like it a little bit quieter? And again, you know, how long are you willing to commute every day on your way back and forth to work? Now, price point will definitely narrow down your choices when it comes to an area, and also style of home really comes into play. You know, there really is a distinct difference, or usually is a distinct difference between homes that are on the east side of the county and the west side. You know, the west side tends to be you know, newer homes, bigger layouts, bigger closets and things like that. So a lot of that is really going to come into play and really kind of shape where you're going to wind up as far as your final destination when you get here. Another thing too you have to remember is South Florida is well known for its activities, outdoor activities. So every single city in the greater Fort Lauderdale area has just an immense amount of activities and parks and things like that. So you're always going to be close to anything like that. And like I always talk about, as far as the beach type lifestyle, whether you want to be very, very close to it, again, the county is not very big. So you're only about 30 minutes to the beach from the furthest western point of the county. So again, the point is that don't overthink it. There's a lot of different options in any of the cities that are dotted throughout Broward County. Now, really quick, I want to congratulate a great couple that I met through this channel that just closed on a house at the beginning of this week. Congratulations, Pamela and Herb. And real quick story, when they moved here, relocated here, they had a very specific criteria of what they wanted in a house. So we did a lot of the initial research. I kept at it, kept an open mind about it, kept peeling back the layers of the onion, and you know, when they got boots on the ground, just really went out and investigated different areas and what would be the best. And in turn, what happened is that they wound up moving north, considerably north, up to Port St. Lucie, which is about an hour and a half from where we started here in the greater Fort Lauderdale area. And the reason is because doing the research and again pulling back the layers of the onion, they were able to find the perfect property in the perfect community that you know, dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's as far as their criteria. And again, they got much more bang for their buck with their final purchase. And once they knew of where they wanted to be, and we found that house that they fell in love with, they were all in and jumped right in on it with a very aggressive offer. So I just want to say congratulations, Pamela and Herb. It was a great, real pleasure working with you and helping you find your home and get you relocated. Now, number 7 on the list of things you need to know when moving to Fort Lauderdale in 2022 is the incredible growth that's going on throughout South Florida. Now, all you have to do is jump in your car and drive around, and you're going to see construction going on all over the place, and there's just no way around it. And that's because the economy is booming, jobs are coming in, and there's just people moving in, I think 1,000 a day to the state. So a lot of growth going on throughout the whole state, but we're talking about South Florida here and the greater Fort Lauderdale area. Now, another thing I had spoken about on another video is a lot of the building going on, especially in my city. I had said there was 4, I live in Plantation, there are 4 rental complexes going up. Actually, I saw a post on our neighborhood Facebook group that someone was bringing up the fact that there's 7, I think it's 7, complexes that are just completed or are in the process of being built right now. And again, some of the you know, some of the people that live here are not entirely happy about that. And I think the reason is there's no space, there's no land here to build any new homes. So these are going to be apartment complexes. So I think the influx of all the people moving in here, some of the investors that are involved in these complexes probably see the incredible opportunity with the rental market where the prices are just going through the roof. So a lot of rentals going up, not only here in Plantation, but all throughout South Florida. And again, it's because of the incredible growth and all the people that are moving here to the state. So definitely something you're going to see. There's a lot of construction, a little more congestion, and a lot of growth going on here in South Florida and Fort Lauderdale. Now, number 8 in the list is that you're definitely going to have a lot more freedom over here in the state of Florida, most likely, depending on where you're coming from, especially if it's from, say, California or New York or New Jersey and places like that. So we all are well aware what's going on with COVID and the lockdowns and all that type of stuff. So we've been pretty much wide open down here in the state of Florida ever since the initial 2 weeks to slow the spread. I don't even remember if that was 2021 or 2020, so forgive me. But anyway, we haven't been locked down, and you know, a lot of people have been jumping on the governor and saying that, you know, people down here like to live dangerously and we're killing people and things like that. But they just came out with a study within the last couple of days from Johns Hopkins that has showed that the lockdowns basically did nothing to help with COVID. So again, you know, I think some states are still kind of locked down. So again, you're going to have a lot more freedom to do what you want down here in the state of Florida. You want to practice, you know, wearing a ton of masks, 3 or 4, and a shield on your face. Hey, you know, good for you. God bless you. That's fine. No one's going to bother you. But again, you have the freedom. You're not going to be checked a vaccine card or show you papers or anything like that when you want to go out and have something to eat or anything of that nature. But a lot more freedom. And honestly, a lot of people are moving here for that reason. Aside from the financial things that we spoke about earlier, some people are just fed up. They've had it with these rules and regulations and lockdowns, and obviously they're not working anyway, so you're going to enjoy that freedom here in the state of Florida. Number 9, you definitely have to know about the activities here in Florida. Everyone that I help or everyone that I know that moves to the state of Florida from any place throughout the country that has, you know, a harsh or cold winter, they wind up living a much more active lifestyle down here in Florida because of the great weather we have. So pretty much year-round activities, whether it's golf, there are parks, numerous parks in every single city, nature trails, obviously any sort of water activities, beach, fishing, snorkeling, scuba diving, anything you can think of, there's down here in spades in the state of Florida. So without a doubt, you will be able to enjoy a lot of these activities, and there's just so much more to do here, and for much more, you know, a longer period during the year. So again, most people that I know wind up living a much more active lifestyle when moving here to the state of Florida. And last but not least, number 10, I got to touch on the weather. So again, we have great weather throughout most of the year. I've spoke about it in many videos. In the summer times, it's very, very hot. And we do have our hurricane season. So I just want to say, as far as the hurricane season, we've been very lucky when it comes to, well, on the subject of hurricanes for at least the last decade. We haven't really experienced a direct hit, but you definitely want to be prepared when you move here, no matter what. You want to go out and get things just in case we happen to have a direct hit. Because if you don't do that and you have a couple of days to be prepared, it might be too late. So you want to definitely invest in a generator. I think a portable generator if you have a single family house. This way, even if we don't have a direct hit and the power goes out, you'll at least be able to, you know, keep your refrigerator or possibly an air conditioner running while you're waiting for the power to go back on. But definitely something that you want to keep in mind when moving here. Hurricanes is just part of the life down here. So from June through the end of November is our hurricane season. Obviously, you want to make sure that your home is equipped and, you know, built and has the standard hurricane protection. But definitely you want to be prepared as far as supplies and a portable generator just in case we happen to get hit with a direct hit. Again, we've been lucky. I'm knocking on my chair here, knock on wood. So again, just to be prepared. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I appreciate you hanging out and watching the video about 10 things that you need to know when moving to the Fort Lauderdale area in 2022. And speaking of moving here to Fort Lauderdale or any area here in South Florida, I would absolutely love to help you with your real estate needs or to help you find the perfect place you might be thinking of moving to or just want to go see. All you have to do, guys, is reach out. So my information will be popping up down again. Get in touch with me however you like to communicate. I'm open 24/7 and look forward to helping you with any of your real estate needs. And until the next time, guys, I really appreciate you hanging out and watching the video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.